On Mountain News this morning, the EPA is working with some communities in the region to test drinking water in flooded areas. Plus, crews continue to work to restore areas with clean water.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Wednesday to you. It is February 26th. My name is Amelia Lee here with you. We are just about at 6 o'clock this morning. That means it's time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal. And Megan, we've had that treat recently of a little bit of warmer weather, which has been nice. I've not even seen fog in my commute to work, which has been a plus as well. Just a little bit of frost on my windows. So what can folks expect as they get ready to leave for work today?
Well, for some places, we'll start off on a little bit warmer temperatures going into today, but other places are looking at cooler temperatures. Quite a bit of a variation. We're looking at 28 degrees as you're going towards Jonesville, but seeing some 40s in the area. 45 for Jackson and Pikeville this morning, 42 for Prestonsburg, and 41 for Logan. Now, as we head into the afternoon, though, everybody will see this beautiful warmth. We are talking upper 60s and low 70s for today. I mean, I love seeing those 70s in February. It's absolutely wonderful. And we're going to have partly cloudy skies for most of the day, so it would be great to go out and enjoy it. Another good day to go outside. We do have a little bit of rain coming as we're heading into the overnight hours. That will continue as you're heading into your Thursday. So put that on your radar if you have any plans past 10 o'clock tonight. Here's a look at the next 12 hours. We'll see that those clouds rolling into the area, looking mostly cloudy by 2 o'clock. And then we'll see those temperatures hitting a high around that 3 o'clock hour for today. All in all, it's going to be a wonderful day, Amelia.
All right, thank you, Megan. I can't wait for some of those warmer temperatures today. Well, FEMA is on the ground in Knott County, helping folks get assistance following the month's flooding. Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says folks should apply as soon as possible for FEMA aid and keep track of their FEMA identification number. FEMA is accepting applications at the Knott County Public Library in Hindman Monday through Friday from 9 in the morning to 6 in the evening, with weekend hours expected soon.
We have 3 representatives here that's taking applications for individuals to claim their private assistance. We also, there's a lady from KYEM who is doing a survey as well to assist you with your application process.
Other impacted counties can expect FEMA to set up in the coming weeks. The death toll from severe weather in Kentucky since Valentine's Day went up again yesterday and now stands at 23. The newest flood-related death was reported in Graves County. Officials also announced yesterday that Floyd County was added to the list of counties approved for public and individual assistance, bringing that total to 11. The other counties are Breathitt, Clay, Harlan, Knott, Lee, Letcher, Martin, Owsley, Perry, and Pike counties. The Environmental Protection Agency is partnering with area health departments, like the one in Pike County, to test drinking water for flooded communities. The EPA parked its mobile lab outside of the Pike County Health Department this week, working with the Kentucky Department for Public Health to test water from both public feeds and private wells. The mobile facility has incubators and other needed equipment to monitor the water for E. coli, which officials say are indicators of fecal matter. And the mobile health lab helps to streamline the testing process for people who are concerned about the safety of their water, on top of the stress of the floods.
We are trying to do as quickly of a turnaround as we can, so we have a 24-hour incubation period once we receive the samples, and then it's a 48-hour turnaround time in general. So make sure people can get when they get back to their homes, that they're able to start drinking their water as soon as possible, and that when they drink it, they're sure that it's safe to drink.
Testing kits can be found by visiting the health department and must be dropped off at specific places. The mobile lab does not accept water samples out of the official chain of custody or in any unofficial containers. Many Kentucky communities are still dealing with the aftermath of the recent flooding, including the city of Hazard. Utility crews are working to restore areas across the county with clean water. Maggie Rickerby talked with the city manager about what they've seen beneath the floodwaters.
The dollar cost on this flood has already superseded the one 2 years ago.
Hazard City Manager Tony Eversole tells us Perry County and other affected areas are just now getting over the 2022 flood. After being hit with another, Hazard is facing a boil water advisory.
It's an inconvenience for the restaurants and the clinics, but it's something, you know, we always want to put out the best quality, safe water that we can.
Eversole tells us around 1,500 were left without water right after the flood, but most of them have since been restored. Picking up the pieces after this flood has been a group effort. Tyler York is helping to replant trees along the river.
They got washed away down by the flood. We lost a few, but we were able to put some of them back up.
And he's been working around the city too,
Cleaning up all the flood debris and garbage and trash from the roads and side roads, and just trying to make it look good again for the people. It's hard to see the community like this. Nobody wants to see it, but we'll get back together. We'll recuperate. We always do.
In Hazard, Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
Pike County officials participated in a news conference yesterday, providing the community with an update on flood recovery efforts. Judge Executive Ray Jones was joined by officials from FEMA, Kentucky Emergency Management, and area first responders, celebrating the work that helped keep hundreds of Kentuckians safe and recognizing the resources that are now available in the region to help them recover. FEMA officials say they are now on the ground, working to assess and provide for people in need. Jones says it's the small businesses in the area that will really need a lot of focus and resources that are currently not available.
Benefits that Congress has had on the books for so long are inadequate, in my opinion, to address the magnitude of the damage. And I know that finances are strained. I know that we have a debt problem, but we absolutely need to look at what the SBA can do for small businesses.
If you were impacted by flooding, there are 3 ways to apply for disaster aid. You can do that online at disasterassistance.gov, on the FEMA app, or by calling 800-621-3362. Elkhorn City continues to clean up mud and debris left by floodwaters from Elkhorn Creek after the heavy rain 2 weekends ago caused it to leave its banks. Will Puckett joins us from Pike County with the story of how quick thinking and planning saved lives.
Well, the flooding damage is apparent here in Elkhorn City, from washed out roads, a clear overbanking of Elkhorn Creek, to mud and dust and debris nearly everywhere that you turn. But tonight's story is focusing on 12 hours of work at Elkhorn Health and Rehabilitation to make sure all 100 residents in their care were safe as floodwaters crept in.
These videos show the force and speed Elkhorn Creek was moving at more than 1 week ago. Fast forward days later, and now folks inside this nursing facility are remembering the sobering hours.
I just want to make sure that they're safe.
Janine Rosser is the administrator here. She and her team spent hours into the night making sure all 100 people in their care were taken to higher ground.
Once it was determined, it was you do this next step, you do the next step, and it kept us calm in a way, even though it was a not so calm situation.
It was people like Stuart Baldridge who were carefully and skillfully loaded up into a bus or an ambulance and moved to either the Life Center in Elkhorn City or Pikeville Medical Center.
I have seen before in previous times of flood that it would come up over the road sometimes and run down the highway, but this one seemed to keep growing and growing.
Mr. Baldridge, who's lived in Pike County all of his life, opted for the Life Center. He says in the midst of the chaos around them, not a single person showed panic as the floodwaters settled in.
They took precautions and got us all out and had the regular routine, and everything went perfect.
A plan devised only months earlier in a conference room was put to the test, now being seen as divine intervention and a message to always be prepared.
We've had so many entities that came in here to help us, and I can't thank them enough for that.
It was in December when they all met around that table to discuss what they would do if fires on the hillside crept near the center. But it ended up being floodwaters in the month of February that put that plan to the test. And at this moment, all cards are showing aces. In Elkhorn City, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
Water did not get into the building, and everyone was able to return within a day. Goodwill Industries of Kentucky are offering vouchers following the recent flooding. $15 vouchers will be offered at Goodwill stores in Hazard, Paintsville, Pikeville, and Prestonsburg. Each family is eligible for one voucher. In order to request the voucher, folks are asked to contact the on-duty manager at their respective store.
We have nice and clear skies, just watching those clouds moving in and out of our region today, and that's what you can continue to expect for most of the day. Just seeing this partly cloudy conditions. Now we do have a rain chance as we're heading into the overnight hours as a cold front pushes through eastern Kentucky, not only bringing us that rain, but also bringing us cooler temperatures for your Thursday and Friday. Here's a look at the temperatures outside right now, though. We are looking in the 30s for most of the area, and we have some nice calm winds, making those feels like temperatures right on par with the actual temperature. And as we head into the afternoon, expect much warmer. We're talking 70 degrees for a lot of cities in our region, so you might have to shed that coat that you're wearing this morning and opt for some short sleeves shirts as you're heading into the afternoon. Here's how we'll get to that high temperature for today, hitting that high around that 3 o'clock hour, and then we'll start to see those temperatures go down as that cold front continues to approach. Stay with us. More mountain news and weather is on the way.